Good evening, everybody. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. So, what do you think? We had a power moment today. We had the nodal shift. We have the beginning of a new 18-year cycle where you find Aries and Libra in your chart. And oh, yeah, next week we also have a new moon. So, we're going to talk about both tonight. We're going to have some spiritual messages as well. And first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Lilydale Assembly. We had a wonderful time yesterday. We did the tapping into your past lives using astrology. I know some of you I had met. Maybe you met me through here. So a big howdy do to you. And I had some long-term clients and some brand new faces. It was a wonderful gathering at Lilydale. And oh my, next week, I'll be back at Lilydale. I'll be teaching a little class in Saturn in Pisces. So I think how we're going to do this. The class is from 7 until 9. What I'll do, I'm not sure what I'll do, but I still want to do Cosmic Connections next week. I may just push it back to 9:30. That was strange. The camera kind of adjusted when I said push. It was really strange. So I'll put a notice on my Facebook page, but we'll do Cosmic Connections at 9:30 next week, Wednesday. So I'll be at the Dale teaching Saturn and Pisces. And also next week on Thursday, I'll be at the Dale doing a presentation at the auditorium during the service. So if you are so inclined in Western New York, please come and see me next week. Love Lilydale. I also love the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Oh my gosh. I was listening to the fabulous Julia Simons talking about one of her specialties, one of her deep dives into the Venus star point. And that is available, my friends, on the Cosmic Intelligence Agency page. So please check that out. We're having that Venus star point in a few weeks. And there's no one like Julia who can explain it brilliantly. It was a wonderful presentation. If you haven't seen it, again, Cosmic Intelligence Agency is your cosmic place to get information on the stars. So that's my introduction. A big hello. Thank you for sharing, Christine. Hi, Dana. Great to see you too. Hi, Lynn, Diane, Cynthia, Leslie, beautiful people. Thank you for being here. Alicia, Marianne, John, you did make it. Yay. Tori. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Janet. Hello, all. Marcy Ann. And you there with Renee? Hey, hi. Hi, Jeannie. I got to see you at the class. That was awesome, Jeannie, to see you. And Suzanne. Hi, Louise and Patty. So thank you, dear friends, for being here, whatever platform you might be viewing this today. And sending you lots of love, too, from us, from me to you, always, Susan. Hi, Don. Hi, Marty. Hello. Martha, this is an important nodal shift. I'm going to be talking about the nodal shift because you're in Aries. We're going to be talking about that. Oh, my goodness. There's so much cardinal energy in the room. So here's the question for the evening. Is everyone feeling this impetus to do something? Like, I got to do something about my life. I've got to get that job. I've got to get that gal. I got to get that guy. That sounds a little, I don't know. You don't get people, I mean, maybe get in terms of understanding them, but the race is on to change your life. And it was funny. I was on the phone. Don't tell anybody. I was on the phone talking to someone this afternoon while I was driving, and this individual was driving and they were on the phone. And in the middle of the driving, it so happened that we were talking precisely at the time of the nodal shift. And, the other individual who does not know astrology said, wow, everyone's crazy driving out there. It's like me, myself, and I. And I thought, they just said what the nodal shift is all about. It's in Aries. We are opening up, friends, to a period of time for the next year and a half, which we are combining all of our life experiences and the path ahead, and we're looking at our own individual needs. We're putting ourselves in the driver's seat. Literally, I was in the driver's seat when I got that that little message, right? Me, myself, and I. So the nodal shift is a big deal. The north node will be in Aries, which is what we're heading towards. We're trying to develop the Aries in our chart. And the south node is going to be in Libra, which is relationships. And in my estimation, I think most astrologers' estimation, the nodes are contact points, portals of change, and they often refer to connections with other people. So be open. This is the relationship year and a half. New people are coming in. Some people in your life will be fading away, especially if you have a sensitivity to Aries or Libra in your chart. So especially the Aries sun, the Libra moons, the Aries moons, the Libra suns, and the rising signs in Aries or Libra, especially those folks. But all of us, wherever we find the Aries and Libra polarity within our natal charts. All right, so let's take a look at this in our little PowerPoint. We're talking about the nodal shift, and we're talking about the new moon as well. So the nodal shift, the first major quality, because the nodal shifts, the nodes or eclipse points always go backwards. So we start out at 29 degrees, right? So this was the moment, the big moment, about 10 minutes Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time before 1 o'clock this afternoon. And the main configuration is Pluto is squaring the nodes. And Pluto, since it went retrograde into Capricorn on the 11th of June, we have roughly a year and a month or so, well, a year and 3 months with Pluto in and out of Capricorn. It's doing its last ditch effort to transform wherever we find Capricorn in our charts. So because it's squaring tension, the nodes, it's saying to us, I've got to get to the root, the alpha and the omega of my relationships. I'm either in this thing or I'm not, or I want to make some changes in my relationship, or if the other person in the relationship doesn't want to make the changes, maybe we're done with the relationship. It's all about relationships. By the way, today was a little surprising day. We had the moon conjunct Uranus. That's not that big of a deal. It happens once a month, but we may have been feeling a little tense, a little moody, a little in our guts, in our root chakras, feeling a little disoriented. So if we were feeling that way, it was probably momentary, a moment in time and space. That was midday. And just some comments about the nodal shift. By the way, of course, I'm doing a class on this, probably the first of many. You are all invited. Details are on my website under products. Tomorrow evening at 7 p.m., I'll be talking about the new moon and the nodal shift. A lot more detail that I'm doing here, of course, because I get to look at your charts and we play with your charts. Everyone gets a little reading in our classes. Well, in any case, so this nodal shift is casting its energy on identity, because that's what Aries is, the self. Now, when we think we know ourselves, you know how light forms, right? We get a little shadow. I have shadows on my face. This is a fabulous year and a half to really explore who you are, who I am. And a lot of times we don't like what we see. So please, if you're a psychotherapist, a counseling astrologer, a shamanic worker, you're going to be busy. But first and foremost, start with yourself. I'm seeing shadows with my own psyche, which I don't really like. But you know what? We only have a year and a half every 18 years to work on it. So it's going to be very crystal clear that we all have work to do on ourselves. So this is shadow time, because what is the I? Who am I? Am I spirit? Am I a person? Am I a woman? Am I a man? Am I fill in the blanks? So the identity is going to be very much on the forefront in the next year and a half, thanks to this nodal shift. Remember, Mars rules Aries. And so as of a couple of days ago, Mars went into Virgo. So we may be finding unconsciously at this nodal shift, and also as we go through the new moon, that we are a work in progress. We're perfectly imperfect, that we are not pleased with our physical attire, our health, the cleanliness within our homes, Anyone feeling that way? I just cleaned out my car really quickly. Because Virgo and Mars is always striving for that perfection. So that's happening. The shadow side of Mars and Aries, of course, is violence, passion, anger, asserting oneself, putting our boundaries up against others, right? That's all part of this. Meanwhile, with Libra in the South Node, we want to let go of the need to please. All right. Sometimes we have to really speak our piece and say our truth. That's what the nodal shift is empowering us to do, friends. Today. Starts today. It goes for a year and a half. Venus, of course, rules Libra. And one of the biggest astrological news flashes of this upcoming year is the Venus retrograde. Again, I'm pointing my welcoming mat to you to investigate beautiful Julia Simon's brilliant expose on the Venus star point. And because that Venus star point is a part of a much longer cycle, but Venus is going to be retrograde in Leo. So one thing you can do on an elementary level, look where Leo falls in your chart, as Venus is retrograding until September 5th, I think, or September 4th of this year. It hasn't gone retrograde yet. We're rethinking Venus issues in our lives, creativity, love, self-expression, all those beautiful Leo things. And how about this word? The F word, the fun word. How are you having fun in your life? Are you able to open up to joy or that inner child? All right, so Venus is in Virgo, Mars is in Virgo. It's conjunct Pallas. We're also coming up to an opposition to Saturn, and that's reminding us that we have to get serious about our work and our service and our advocacy. Everyone believes in something. It might not be your job. Maybe you're a volunteer at the SPCA. Maybe you're a volunteer, fill in the blanks, but you are advocating for some important cause. Venus and Mars and Virgo and Pallas coming together saying, I'm going to do that. That's one of the calling cards of this energy this week. Reminder, if you want to know what's happening in the next year and a half, go back to 2005, 2006, the last time we had the nodes in Aries and Libra. So a little word or two about the new moon. The new moon, I love the Sabian symbol, fits right in with the shadow work, doesn't it? The dark shadow is thrown over the right shoulder, right? The new moon is opposite Pluto. We're really working next week on the 17th with the new moon on stating our new desire to reshape wherever we find 24 degrees of Cancer. And because Pluto is going to be squaring the nodes still, and it's going to be opposite the new moon, there's that urgency again. I need to do something. I need to rebuild some aspect of my life, the four corners of my life, the four corners of home and career and self-identity and relationship. The cardinal square is being activated in the next week. We have to get clear on our boundaries. We've got to get clear on who we are and how we want to operate in the outer world and how we want to nest and relax in our homes. So it's a lot of energy that's cardinal. Doing something, initiating something that's meaningful to you. All right. So that's the impetus for this upcoming week. All right. So I'm going to check the comments here. Yeah, you need to work on a few things, says Rhonda. Thank you for sharing, Leslie. It is exhausting energy, isn't it, Rhonda? Wow. Yes, Leslie, you have a lot of planets in Libra that are going to be activated in the next year and a half for sure. You're a Gemini Cancer. Yes. Thank you for sharing, Marianne. Okay. All in Aries, you're having an active year and a half, Miss Susan, completing things. Nice to see you, Suzanne. Hi, Carrie. Hello from Orlando. Melody, what are you doing in Orlando? By any case, are you and your daughter having a grand old time on the beach? Love it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you all for sharing. Sharing is caring, because when you share, I do a little basket here and I deliver to your doorstep a Lunar Lights Club for the month. Now, what's Lunar Lights Club? Please check it out on my website. It's your personalized astrology and videos every month. You get 2 videos talking about the new moon and the full moon, and you apply it to your chart. So if you're learning astrology, Or if you've been an astrologer for a while, you might like to take advantage of the Lunar Lights Club. All right. Peace to you too, Kyle. And Marcianne's feeling a lot of changes and shifts too. And thanks for being here, Miss Dawn. Hello to all of you. Okay. Remember, cardinal signs are really being activated this week. The Cancer. We're in the Cancer section. We have the new moon in Cancer. We have Capricorn, Pluto, cardinal, and now the nodes. The nodes get us on our path. That's one of the operational aspects and influences of the nodes. The nodes know. The nodes also represent the collective conversation, the collective unconscious conversation. So we'll be talking a lot about Aries issues and relationship issues and so forth. I'll be doing a lot of research and presenting that during tomorrow's class. And I'll be certainly talking more about the nodes and the eclipses all throughout the next year and a half. So stay tuned. So the person that's going to win the Lunar Lights Club tonight, who's been a faithful, or even if you shared once, it doesn't matter. Sharing is caring. You can just share once, you can still win. So the winner tonight is Janet Rovison. Hello, Janet. You're in the room. Congratulations, sweetie. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Thank you. Wow, a lot of cardinal energy in the room tonight. Fabulous. All right. Let's take a look at how the nodal shift and the new moon is going to be affecting you. And I try to do this. It's going to be a little lengthy. All right. So just stay with me. So short term, long term, the new moon is going to help the Aries folks redo their home and their family and their sense of stability and security. So manifest and envision what you want to do, Aries, with home and family next week. The nodal shift, the long-term thing, is you're reconnecting with yourself. You're reconnecting with that inner self. And this is also true for Aries risings. I said that, I think. For Taurus, the new moon is affecting the way that you are talking, communicating, and organizing your time and your environment. So if you want to, spruce up your work environment or even your home life or connecting with your neighbors, this is a great time to speak your truth, Taurus. Over the long haul, Taurus is reconnecting with spirit, the spirit of their understanding, their spirituality in the next year and a half. For Gemini, this new moon is activating the way they want to create more income and more abundance in their lives. They're going to be looking at ways to maximize their skill set and to believe in their own skills. For the long term, Gemini is going to connect with new friends, new tribes, new clients, new like-minded friends in the next year and a half. For the Gemini. For the Cancer folks, happy birthday. The new moon is like a happy birthday moment. It's all about you. The sun is shining on you. That mantle, the shadow, is helping you create a new world for you. It's all about you, Cancer. Over the long term, connections made with the nodal shift are going to benefit your career and benefit the way you are a leader in the outer world. For our Leo friends, the new moon is asking you to connect with spirit, connect with the God of your understanding, rest and retreat a little bit more before the Leos celebrate their birthday. So it's in their 12th house. The long term for the Leo or Leo rising is travel, fun, self-expression, and writing. That's what the nodes are doing for you, the nodal shift. For Virgo, this new moon is activating who your friends are. You're able to connect with friends in a different way and make a more socially appropriate network for yourself. Find new friends, keep the old and whatever that expression is, right? One is silver and one is gold. So it's all about the friends for you, dear Virgos. Over the long haul, you're transforming yourself. You're tapping into your inner power, Virgo. It's time that you acknowledge how powerful and beautiful you are, without all that self-judgment and criticism. For Libra, the new moon is activating your career. What do I want to do next, right? Well, Libra, you have a chance to meditate and condition your mind for new ambitions at the new moon. And for the long term, you Libras are going to let go of the old false self, and in the next year and a half, connect with your true partner. It's a great time for partnership, Libra, the next year and a half. For Scorpio, this new moon is activating travel and fun and self-expression and writing and teaching. Short term, that's short term. Long term for Scorpio, you're taking care of your health better. It's time for you to get healthy, Scorpio. It really is. It's time to use the next year and a half to get back into that routine that can maximize healthy you. For Sagittarius, the new moon is asking you to connect with your inner self, your spiritual, your psychological power, maybe even financial power, Sagittarius. And then the long term, create more creativity in your life. Have fun. The eclipses and the nodal shift is asking you to bring more joy into your life. Capricorns, short-term new moon is asking you to look at your partner and say, is this the right person for me? And if not, how can I be a better partner? And if not, how can I attract a new partner into my life short term? Long term, you're wanting to look at where you're living, how you're living, perhaps moving, remodeling, etc. For the Aquarius or Aquarius rising, this new moon energy is asking you to take care of yourself in terms of health, routine, diet, exercise. Long term, with the nodal shift Aquarius, it's asking you to think good thoughts, or at least non-judgmental thoughts, or allowing your innovative, eccentric thoughts to come out and not to be fearful of expressing them. For Pisces or Pisces rising, this new moon is saying you got to have fun. Life is work with Saturn in Pisces, but it's also fun time for the Pisces people. Set your fun goals next week on the 17th. For the nodal shift, it's all about making money and abundance and believing in yourself and believing in your skills and acknowledging them. No more sacrificial, Pisces, in the next year and a half. All right, so that's what we got going there. All right. Thank you for being here. And that was spot on for you. Good, Tracy. Fabulous. Nice to see you all. Hello. Let's do some spiritual work. I shift gears, say my prayer, and we do 2 mini readings. And don't forget, Cosmic Intelligence Agency, sign up, get Time Lords, take a look at that beautiful Venus Star Point, brilliant webinar with Julia. And don't forget, if you're interested in a more expanded version of the new moon and the nodes shifting, come and see me tomorrow night. It's a Zoom. You're all invited. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love, light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. The first one I've come to my little thumb is Joanne DeGrace. Joanne, may I speak with you? Joanne DeGrace. Just say yes if you'd like to have a read. Okay. Joanne, you still in the room? Okay. Joanne. Okay, so a little bit of a delay here. All right, okay. Joanne DeGrace. All right, I'm just going to pick another one. And Joanne, if you'd like to read, come back. Okay. All right, next person I'm seeing here is, Marcy Ann. Okay. Marcy, I picked you. My thumb picked you. Okay. So there we go, Marcy Ann. I guess you like the read, so I'm going to go with you. Marcy, the first thing that's coming into my awareness is you're wanting, this is kind of interesting. We talk about organization with Mars being in Virgo. We often think about organizing our kitchen cupboards or cleaning our closets or something. For you, you're organizing your summer schedule. And Spirit is saying that you're having some bumps and lumps in terms of getting things aligned to doing everything you want to do, because you are overdue for a fun, enriching time of meeting people. And I see like doing little mini trips and maybe doing some festivals or, really taking advantage of the summer. But the big thing I'm circling in my mind is September. There might be a really wonderful getaway or vacay for you, Marcianne. And it's going to be so good because it's going to help you realize and rearrange the next step in your career, the next step in what you want to accomplish. It's almost like you've been hemming and hawing, I would say, since last September about what next. But a lot of clarity comes down the pike for you as we get into September because of a vacation, or might even be a business thing that you're going to. That's going to help you with your respective career. The other thing I'm picking up with you is very much a message from Spirit, and this is someone who loved beads. I'm wearing some beads today. I think I'm getting like a strand of pearls around this person's neck, kind of old-fashioned pearls. It feels like this could be a great aunt or a grandmother. I don't feel this is mother. And it's someone who treasured these jewels that you don't really wear. It might not be in part of your everyday repertoire, but this person is identified by this beads on her neck. And she's saying that she's very happy to say that you have taken the next step to invite more joy in your life, because life is very short. She's not saying your life is short. She's making a joke, but that everyone's life is short, and we have to add on the pearls of our lives as opposed to letting go of the worry. And she says you have stopped worrying as much about things you can't control. And I leave that with blessings, Marcianne. Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's see if I can get you off the screen there. All right. Hide. And I guess I can hide that. Okay. One more read. Okay. All right. Okay. Catherine Orr, I'm with you. That was your Grandma Perkins. Okay. You identified her. Good. All right. Catherine Orr, you're up next, darling. So as I'm tuning into you tonight, and I want to say, I'm just exhaling very gently. I feel a real sense of calmness with you. That something that you were really afraid of happening has not happened. This is regarding a loved one with you. And there's a sense of peace that you did everything possible. There's actually two people you've been very concerned about and praying for and trying to help and trying to navigate and trying to, like, you've been all over the place. And one person indeed has kind of come to their senses. And this would be a loved one. It feels it's a female. And there's also a male involved here, that he's not quite where you would like him to be, that there's this worry and this concern. Your heart is so filled with compassion, Catherine. You're always, and I want to use the word praying. You're always praying and putting positive thoughts out to not just your family members, but just to the people on the planet, right? And your prayers are so much answered because you're coming in with a great sincerity and love for others. If I'm moving, it's because I have my little friend with me. This is Jaspers. Hi, you're on candid camera. Anyway, he's the sweetest cat. Used to call him little guy, but he's not little anymore. Okay. Some other things for you, Catherine. I'm also picking up, this is kind of an interesting thing. I would love to get some feedback about it. I don't know where you live exactly, but I'm seeing a snow shovel, and I'm seeing you like throwing the snow shovel away and saying, you know what? I'm kind of done with this. I don't know if you're thinking, if you're up where there is snow, you're thinking about moving, or maybe you're thinking about being a snowbird, or you might be living in a snowless place. Any case, but I'm seeing I have to get to that place where I'm not around the storms and the snow and so forth. And I leave that for you, because if you've been thinking about that, that's a good plan. It might not be coming right away, but you're planning for the long term. Oh, you are in Florida. Okay. I didn't know that. Had you ever lived where there's snow? But maybe the idea is that maybe I'm on the fence about Florida even, but I'm not going back where there's snow. Because I saw the snow shovel and he said, nah, no more. Enjoy Florida. Enjoy Florida. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Tracy's talking about the Marcy and the bees. She thought of her mother who just passed. That's relatable to her as also. That happens a lot. And my dear friend Angie App is in the room, who's a registered medium with Lilydale, and she will attest to that. Very often when we're doing group reads or they're called meet and greets when I'm doing with you. Sometimes I will say something or another medium will say something and it'll be applicable to other people. That's how spirit often works. So I will acknowledge that for you as well, Tracy. All right. Oh, you're letting her go of your hometown in New Jersey. That's what I'm picking up. That's why that was coming that way. All right, dear Catherine. It's going to be okay in this new life. All right, my dear friends, it's we're at time. I'd love to give you all a message. Please come and see me tomorrow night for the class, or down at Lilydale, a Saturn Stories, or at Fellowships of the Spirit. I'm doing some classes, a double header on the 19th and 20th of August. I'm doing a class on Saturn and a class, I love Saturn and Pisces, woo, and a dream class using astrology. So I hope to see you next week, but I'm going to do that. I can't go a whole week. I'll go cold turkey without seeing you. We'll get together at 9:30. So keep that in mind. I'll put it on my Facebook page. 9:30 next week. Only once 9:30 because I'm teaching at Lilydale and we go until 9. All right. Many blessings. God bless. And big love to each and every one of you. And happy new moon on the 17th.